I'm about to head to a tournament, so I had to take a shower. There's been an interesting development recently where there's a new rule for Yu-Gi-Oh players before attending tournaments to make sure they shower. So there's been for quite some time a bit of an issue with hygiene when it comes to tournament players, whether it's Yu-Gi-Oh, Magic, The Gathering, or Pokemon. But now they're making it an actual ruling now that players have to shower before they play, because it would upset other players and potentially make people not want to play the game. It's kind of a very sad world that some gamers live in, where they seem to not understand the importance of hygiene and keeping yourself clean and just being self-aware, you know? Like, if you smell, you probably should shower, or at the very least do an Italian shower, put on some deodorant or whatever, but that's just really in the end masking your smell, and you really should shower. I mean, it's at least once a day. You don't have to necessarily wash your hair every day, but you should be showering or taking a bath every day. It's pretty important for your hygiene and your health. The fact that it goes way over people's heads is kind of gross. But that brings me to another point. I think I know you can get really immersed in games, and sometimes if you really love something, you take your mind off other things, whether that's showering or eating a healthy diet, being healthy, being active, not just sitting on a computer screen or sitting at a game table playing a game of Magic or Yu-Gi-Oh. So it's pretty important to remember those things. So here's the article here. Conventions and gamer tournaments have developed a good reason for having a funky reputation. Card games are no stranger to the nasal phenomenon. And apparently the prevalence of odor is so strong at Yu-Gi-Oh tournaments that Konami has officially introduced a rule penalizing players for their hygiene. The official tournament rules were updated on Thursday, adding the subsection specifically around hygiene. It's short and sweet, and says the thing that nobody wants to say but everybody has thought at least once when attending a con or a major card tournament: please shower. A large part of the problem with game stores is the lack of good ventilation rather than the players without good airflow. One bad curry fart can decimate the whole crowd, but the level of human bioterrorism at Yu-Gi-Oh tournaments is obviously next level. Which is interesting. I'm wondering why it's specifically Yu-Gi-Oh that is the one that is so bad. Obviously, you've been to a game store or a tournament where there's a lot of Magic card players that smell as well, and also maybe Pokemon. But I'm wondering why specifically Yu-Gi-Oh. I know Yu-Gi-Oh is more of a low IQ game, so maybe because of the least brain cells, they don't understand, things like hygiene and such. But I don't think that's necessarily the case. I think it's just that it's something that's been going on throughout a lot of gaming conventions and tournaments, and it's finally being addressed. Will these rules go into Magic and Pokemon and other big card games like Vanguard? Possibly. Either way, I think it's a good thing, but it's sad that it's not common sense, really. Anyways, so guys, please remember to shower. It's pretty important, and I might even take a double shower, or bath.